Tragedy struck Chapel Hill, North Carolina, when 3 Muslim students were murdered at their apartment. The suspect, their neighbor, was indicted on 3 counts of first-degree murder. The suspect claims the crime was driven by an ongoing dispute over parking at the apartment complex he and the victims lived in. However, friends, family, and supporters of the victims think the suspect had another motive. The victims had previously expressed feeling uncomfortable around their neighbor but never reported any incidents. A Muslim student at UL Lafayette says that it's hard to know what should be reported and what shouldn't.
It gets to the point where, like, how can you differentiate between just like a small hateful comment and something that's actually a threatening, dangerous statement? So it's hard to differentiate what you should report.
Even though the murders were not initially classified as a hate crime by the Chapel Hill Police Department, the FBI is now beginning an investigation to determine if they were. Lafayette Public Information Officer Paul Mouton says what defines a hate crime in accordance with the law of Louisiana, RS Statute 107.2.
If a particular crime occurs, for example, a homicide would occur, and if it could be proven that that individual was killed as a result of, whether race, gender, religion, or something of that nature, or being a Muslim, then in Louisiana we would add that additional charge of hate crime as a result of what occurred.
In 2013, there were 939 active hate groups in the U.S., with members involved in between 5,000 and 7,000 incidents. Using the uproar in the Muslim community over the Chapel Hill murders, supporters try to teach citizens that terrorism is not only restricted to Muslims, but to every culture in the world.
I think the most important thing is to stop associating terrorism with Muslims. Don't just reserve the word terrorism for when a Muslim person does something bad, because those people aren't even acting the way Muslims should. I don't even want to say that they are Muslims, because it just ruins the whole name and it destroys everything that Islam is supposed to stand for.
In the aftermath of the Chapel Hill murders, Muslims everywhere are hoping to use the crime as a message to everyone that targeting a specific group of people is terrorism and should no longer be overlooked. This has been Amy Boraks for Louisiana Focus.
I hope someday